Welcome everybody. We are here with HP and we have the HP X2 210 detachable system or PC here in front of us, which is a standard tablet PC that you can dock onto this nice little keyboard dock that's always inside the box with the X2. Now the X2 is not a new series, but this is a 10-inch device which has now 4 gigs of RAM inside. Actually, as you can read, maybe also here in an Intel Atom processor, the Z800 or 8300 of the X5 series. In this case, which is a Cherry Trail and the latest Intel processor, which doesn't even need that much power. Therefore, the 33 watt-hour battery will last probably really long for at least 10-15 minutes. It's at 65% now, for example, here. And it's just a quite nice device for just $350 right now in Germany. Also, the latest tech and great tech is inside. You can see here we have a Bang & Olufsen logo since we have great speakers to the front. This is the maximum you can tilt back the device, and that's enough for watching movies. If you don't have this much space because you are in an airplane, for example, you can just take the tablet, flip it around and dock it in the other way around, and then just do, for example, this. Like you might do with yoga or other devices where you can flip the screen 360 degrees. You can just take off the screen because obviously it's a tablet device and that has a quite nice touch response also built in. The resolution is 1280 x 800. That's enough for a 10-inch device. Of course, Full HD would be a little bit nicer, but therefore the battery life is just a little bit better with this lower resolution, and it's still sharp enough for everything that you want to do. So we have USB 3.0 here, a standard port, of course, micro HDMI, micro SD for expanding the internal 32 or 64 gigs. Now again, 4 gig RAM, a 64 internal memory for $350 right now with keyboard in Germany. So that's really a good price. We have a dedicated Windows button, so if you press this, the Windows Start will appear. Volume rocker on the top, and also an on and off switch, and 2 microphones built in for noise cancellation. For example, you can quite nicely use this for Skyping, also with a really good camera that I can just start up by hitting here, for example, the start button, and then start maybe typing here with the keyboard. In German right now I have to open it up since we have German Windows running here, and you can see here the front camera, the little LED turned on, and it's an HD camera with really good quality. So let's check out here the side ports again. One thing I didn't mention obviously is the USB Type-C 3.1 connector here for charging. For example, here this is the charger. You can see it in the background, really quite tiny, 15 watt, so about 2 hours to charge this little filler. But you can also use different adapters, like for example here this old time charging adapter here for USB Type-C if you have a standard notebook charger, or if you want another USB port, standard USB port, you can also buy this USB Type-C adapter here. Or if you just want a VGA cable, you can also here just buy different adapters by HP, also docking stations. More about that on the HP website, obviously. On the back, you can see just an HP logo, matte back cover, a little bit rubberish feeling, and of course plastic to keep it a little bit cheap. And also on the bottom you can see the connector dock, which is a little bit like on the Surface devices. Otherwise, not much on this side except for the headset jack. That's quite important usually. And then we have on the front nothing else much than just, of course, Windows running here quite quickly on this 598 gram light device. The keyboard has a nice travel to it. It feels good, and you can type also quite good on it, even though it's only a 10-inch keyboard. And the trackpad also big enough, not too loud. It's really silent, quite good to use here. This little accessory that's always inside the box, but it doesn't have any extra ports, but is also built well here with the rubber feet and everything aligning quite nicely. And it also doesn't fall over if you completely go with the screen to all the way to the back. And if you do anything with touch, you can see it doesn't fall over. Obviously, if you press it a little bit harder, it will fall over, but that's usually not what anybody would do with a device like this. So thank you for tuning in. This was the brand new HP X2 210 available now. It's also possible to use this with a stylus if you might want to buy one that's separately available. Thank you much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe. And my name is Balázs Gál.